Hey everyone, it's Michael Fair from filmfestivalcircuit.com, and today we're talking about the Georgia Comedy Film Festival Summer 2024, which will be coming up at the landmark Midtown Art Cinema in Atlanta. It's a new venue for us, and we were at Plaza during the last season. We needed a little bit bigger of a room than what we could get over there, so we expanded over to Landmark, where we're going to have not just virtual networking, but actually real-time, in-person networking at the theater from 4 until 6. We're going to have an awards program, and then we're going to show a lot of films, a lot of comedy films, shorts, comedy series pilots. We're going to be showing music videos, all kinds of things. But we also like to focus on where those films are in development, and that's with screenplays and screenwriters. And today we're lucky to be joined by a screenwriter whose screenplay isn't just nominated for a specific category, but the whole thing, the best Screenplay Award nomination. How's it going? Introduce yourself.
Hey, thank you, Michael. Steve Mikals here, and my screenplay is Speak Monkey Speak, a comedy about it's a struggling bookseller and a pot-smoking visionary who battle long odds and the mob to help two chimpanzees type Shakespeare. And you're probably saying, what the hell? And the purpose is to get the world back on track and jumpstart evolution. So in a nutshell, that's what that is.
You know, you've been in some other festivals of ours in Houston, obviously, and hopefully more soon. And I have to admit, I told you this kind of off air, but I have to admit that no matter who I put your writing in front of, they're impressed. It's fresh, it's different. It's coming. We do get a kind of a WTH type of a question mark look at reading the first few pages. But I got to ask you, good work on this. I got to ask you, what inspired you to write this specific story?
I think it started with, I was reading a lot of Jorge Borges, the Argentine writer, and who was also a Sufi. So his writing was always pointed. It had a purpose to scramble your brain, pretty much, is what they were about. And I was reading some stories of his in which that idea in the screenplay about what if a chimpanzee typed something human, typed Shakespeare, what would that mean? And in the Borges story, he has it's fiction, but he writes, you're like, what, did this happen? He has somebody write 2 lines of Don Quixote, and he puts them together side by side on the page and says, yeah, the new version is better. And you're like, what the hell? How am I missing something? And, he's messing with your head, saying it's, written much later in a different culture, in a different language. So I like that idea that something funny can challenge the hell out of your thinking. And it involves, I had a bookstore or versions of a bookstore selling books for most of my adult life. And I like that idea that, books can challenge you. So, that it came from that. And, I've had readers who said, oh, it's about saving a bookstore that's going under. I'm like, no, we don't need another version of Let's Save the Farm, So the stakes are much higher. And that's really what I like about that. And I latched onto, I'd always liked that phrase, how long would it take 100 monkeys to type Shakespeare or something else? Yeah. So I like that absurd element. So entertain and make you think at the same time.
Well, where in the market does this fit? People who would be fans of maybe something else that we've heard of, where would this fit in that market?
That's a tough question. When I was trying to think of comparables, one of the professional readers I had, he thought maybe the best comparison was not maybe a particular movie, but something like the Coen brothers. Where they're coming at you from all directions, and it's funny. There may be some dark stuff, and by the end, and with Speak Monkey Speak, I think there's two. By the end of it, you look back and you go, "My God, we've come a long way here." So that's kind of my goal. Movies that I've liked, and kind of look to for inspiration. Dr. Strangelove, the old classic. It's funny as hell, but in the end, the world blows up. That's it. Groundhog Day, something like that has kind of the otherworldly theme to it. It's like something else is going on here, and we're not sure what it is. And there's a large bit of that in my screenplay too. That maybe the world isn't what we think it is, and we're better off figuring it out.
So what do you have planned for the future? Anything else going with this particular screenplay, or do you have something else cooking?
It was interesting when I finished this after the Houston festival. I felt like, okay, this one's done. Won an award there. Okay, time to go to the next one. And while sitting there watching all those comic shorts at the Houston Festival, I was like, holy shit, there's all kind of energy and creativity. And I just came right back home to Cleveland and started punching up Speak Monkey Speak. I thought I was done, and I was like, you're never done. There's always ways that you can jack up the comedy in it, that you can make it more thought-provoking. So I thought I was done, and I'm gonna probably wait out the festival season and see how far I can push it, and then see where to take it from there. I've got some other things on the back burner. I had done some comedy sketch writing, which I was trying to do that at the same time as the screenplay, and that was too much. But the interface was good. I was always one of those people who did my homework the night before. That term paper that you've known about for a month, I waited till the night before. So that pressure, I work well under pressure. So we'll hopefully I'll get some pressure. Pressure is good. I'll take the pressure.
All right. Well, this has been a pleasure, and hey, good luck in the final round here. I don't even know who's going to win yet. I'm waiting for the judges down in Georgia to decide which one is their favorite screenplay. But best of luck on August 28th when we announce. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we go?
Well, I'd like to say, thank you to the judges for including me in the finals. It's a chore reading a screenplay. It's a lot of work, and to look at them one after the other, it's a tough gig. But one of the things I like about your festival circuit is that the judges are local, or at least to a specific festival. And so whatever I did in Houston doesn't mean nothing. Reflect on, what I'm going to do in Atlanta and what I'm going to do in Portland. And so I really appreciate the more eyes you get, on a screenplay, the better for the writer.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. And our judges really are different. And with Georgia, very, very focused. Almost every single person is actually living in the state of Georgia. And one of our judges graduated from Georgia Tech and moved to Tennessee, but they still judge. We don't have a festival in Tennessee. So it's very, very local, very different opinions. I appreciate you checking out the whole circuit. That's kind of the point of the company, is to give people maybe the same processes that we review things, but to definitely give you different feedback. And for those that really want to research their feedback, we even have our scorecard options that they can look at and compare the different cities. So I appreciate you acknowledging that. The Georgia group is our newest group, but they work very hard. They have their own style. They have their own expectations, and they're impressed with your work. They really are. And it's not just the writings they type in, but we have virtual meetings and we talk, and people are excited about what you write. Like I said, there is a little bit of they think some of the stuff's a little bizarre. But bizarre is not necessarily bad. I think bizarre and can be memorable, and I think that works in your favor. And for our festivals and beyond, I just hope that your experience with us is helping you out just on the circuit in general, because you need to have kind of a snowball effect in this business and have a lot of success, which I'm sure you will. So, Steve, thank you for your time. I sincerely appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Michael. I've enjoyed it.
Have a good day.
You too.